Bigger Thomas should be found guilty of involuntary manslaughter, but not sexual assault or second-degree murder. There is not enough evidence or testimony to support the claim of sexual assault. Illinois state law defines it as sexual penetration by force, or the threat of force, or an act of sexual penetration when the victim was unable to understand the nature of the act or was unable to give knowing consent. Because the body was burnt in the furnace, there is no evidence to back the claim of sexual assault. In addition, no testimony outside of Biggers even mentioned any type of sexual contact. Though Bigger did admit to kissing Mary in the trial, he didn't mention any type of penetration, and the prosecution didn't ask, leaving us without sufficient evidence to find him guilty. As for the second-degree murder, Bigger didn't intentionally kill Mary. In the book, he was shocked to realize she was dead. Additionally, he would have no motive. The job with the Daltons was his only way out of the poverty-stricken life he hated, and killing his boss's daughter would probably ruin that. However, Bigger Thomas was guilty of involuntary manslaughter. When Mary returned home the night of her death, she was very intoxicated. We don't have sufficient evidence to determine to what degree she was drunk. However, with a large amount of alcohol Jan testified she consumed. Mrs. Dalton's testimony that she reeked of whiskey, in the book and Bigger's account of how she could not make it up the stairs on her own and passed out. We know that she was likely at an intoxication level near or at that of alcohol poisoning. As the defense psychologist, I testified that during the trial that alcohol reduces oxygen to the brain, slowing vital functions such as breathing, sometimes to the point of death. As Mary's breathing slowed, Bigger attempted to save both her and himself from trouble by placing a pillow over her mouth to quiet her. But with her breaths already fading, unintentionally smothering Mary would have been easy. Bigger, uneducated, terrified, and intoxicated himself, would have no way of predicting the unfortunate consequences of his actions. Despite his good intentions, Bigger Thomas unknowingly smothered Mary Dalton and should be charged with involuntary manslaughter.